September is National Ovarian Cancer Month.
Yeah, and the ovarian cancer numbers can be depressing. Almost 20,000 women will be diagnosed with ovarian cancer this year, according to the American Cancer Society, and almost 13,000 will die from it. So here to tell us where the fight against ovarian cancer stands is Audra Moran.
Yeah, she is the president and CEO of the Ovarian Cancer Research Alliance. Audra, welcome and thank you for being with us.
Thank you both so much for having me.
Absolutely.
We're glad to be here.
Yeah, so we saw those numbers. Can you tell us the demographics here and who are the women that are most vulnerable?
Yeah, your stats were spot on. It varies between 20 and 22,000 women a year are diagnosed, and over almost 14,000 will die of the disease. So while it's considered a rare cancer, it's a deadly cancer. And so, certain people are more at risk than others. And the important thing for people to know is your family history. If you have a family history of ovarian cancer, breast cancer, colon, or uterine, you should talk with your doctor about possibly doing some genetic testing.
Okay, well, what are the primary risk factors then for ovarian cancers?
Risk factors being postmenopausal, which of course, most people will be at some point, but that also just having a mutation. You may have heard of the BRCA mutation. There are a few others as well. So it's really important to know your genetic history, working with a doctor and a genetic counselor. Yeah. And also, again, family history is so important.
Absolutely. You mentioned obviously the genetic testing. Is there anything else women can do to minimize their risk of getting it?
Sure. I mean, some things are just protective. Having breastfed, having had children, use of oral contraceptives is actually protective as well. So those things are lower risk. And also, ovarian cancer actually starts in the fallopian tubes. So something becoming more common is people who are having elective surgeries like a hysterectomy or tubal ligation are having their fallopian tubes removed at the same time. And that's actually where ovarian cancer starts, is the fallopian tube.
Okay. Well, is there any promising research in finding ways to combat ovarian cancer and any other preventative measures?
There's so much research. It's so exciting right now. I mean, it's an exciting time. Science is moving faster and faster and building on everything. Right now, I think that the biggest thing is personalized medicine. We can actually do tumor testing. So if someone is ill, you can have your tumor tested and have a treatment personalized for you. And so that's really important to talk to your doctor about if you've been diagnosed.
Right. And as we look at the trends here, has the rate of cancer diagnosis been going down over the years?
For ovarian, it actually has decreased slightly, and there's some, we're glad, obviously, about that, and we wonder if that's not the protective effects, perhaps, of birth control having become more prevalent over a period of time. So yes, it's definitely hopeful, and as more and more women perhaps opt for this elective surgery, that's another way, a huge way to decrease your chances of ovarian cancer.
Where does ovarian cancer stand, though, compared to other cancers that women are getting?
Well, we're the 5th leading cause of cancer death in women. So 1 in 78 women will get it in their lifetime. So again, it is considered a rare cancer, but it's a deadly cancer.
Right. And as we look at the demographics and those who may be most vulnerable, do we know why there may be racial or ethnic disparities in the prevalence of ovarian cancer?
Yes, and that's become a huge issue lately, health equity issues. And it actually, less Black women actually are diagnosed with ovarian cancer and more die from the disease. And so that's a huge push at our organization, is to address this health inequity. A lot of it's where you're treated, doctors that you see, receiving standard of care. I mean, these are things people should advocate for. And if you're not certain, you can visit our website at ocrahope.org, and we have like a checklist that you run through when you are diagnosed and what you should do.
Is it because of that, though, that there's not enough information out there in some of these communities?
Yeah, there's community-based hospitals as opposed to research hospitals. We're very fortunate in New York to have some great hospitals, but if you're in other parts of the country, you might not be near a research hospital. And I think it's just really important, first of all, to see a gynecologic oncologist. Many people are diagnosed by their gynecologist or their general practitioner, and the doctor that you should be seeing is a gynecologic oncologist if you have ovarian cancer.
And Audra, what do you want your organization to accomplish?
Well, we'd love to put ourselves out of business, for sure. If tomorrow we could close our doors, we'd be happy to. But we're really there right now to support people going through a diagnosis and their families, because it is incredibly stressful, and to fund medical research. Right now, we've funded about $110 million. We've helped advocate in Congress for $3.4 billion over the years in research, and that's really the way forward. The way we're going to kick this thing is to just fund more research.
Yeah. And bottom line, preventative measures, just get screened, get checked.
Yeah.
Well, there's no screening test right now, but just to know the symptoms. You know, the symptoms are very vague, though. Unfortunately, ones we women have all probably had: bloating, pelvic abdominal pain, urinary urgency or frequency, feeling full quickly. I think the key is over a period of time, more than 2 weeks, experiencing these symptoms. See your doctor. Ask about ovarian cancer, ask if that's a possibility for you, and then there are tests that they can do to begin checking. But until there is a screening method, and that could be a long way off, people should just really know their risk. Know your risk.
Really great advice.
Yes.
Audra Moran, thank you so much for your time. We
Thank
always
you.
appreciate you. All right.
Thank you.